Guys, deluded Guna, Arsenal 4, Palace 1. With that being said, let's get into the player ratings. You guys asked for it at the start of the year, so let's go. Check and goal, I'm going to give him a 6 because I believe everybody's rating in that second half has to go down. Yes, it might be silly because Czech made a couple saves throughout the whole game, even though we won 4-1 to keep us in it. A couple times collected crosses when he needed to collect it, but he was just overplaying at times, and it was just cheap defensively for the goal we conceded. Fair enough, it's not directly Czech's fault, but he's a part of that defense, and for a defense to be organised, the keeper does see everything. In the second half, there was a lot of pressure on us, and I just feel Czech, along with the rest of that back four, was inviting pressure on us. 6, he done his thing. 6 out of 10 is calm. Unfortunately, he didn't get the clean sheet. 200 for whatever in the Premier League. It also didn't happen for him. Yeah, Koscielny 7. You can see why we miss him. I mean, we're still Kalam with good players, but yeah, strong tackles, lovely ball playing, last-ditch challenges. He obviously scored. He made a difference. Obviously, we weren't tested that much because we won 4-1 and it was a consolation goal, but he did his thing. We're going to need him against Chelsea in the week. Mustafi, I'll give him a 6.2. I know that's a weird one, but I just feel he did enough to get a 6. He probably would have joined Koscielny with a 7, but standards dropped in the second half, to be honest with you. Couple miscommunications throughout the whole game with Czech. Like, there was one, he ducked for the head, he headed it back and Czech wasn't on his line. That could have been different. So yeah, man, a 6.2. Monreal, I have to give man a 10, innit, really. Two assists. He scored. He offered something down the line. The only bad thing is that he's injured now. I mean, I don't know if Wenger took him off because he felt the game was already won and didn't want to risk him. But if you really were planning to take a man off that soon, would you play him? Which I really think he's suffered a setback now. But while he was on the pitch, you have to give man a 10. 2 assists, 1 goal. Done his thing, to be honest. I mean, that's really what we're going to miss down the left-hand side. Not Alexis, innit? I know I'm playing. We're going to miss that guy. But for real, he gets a 10. Bellerin, I give him a 5.3, to be honest. I like him getting in positions, but at the same time, I didn't like what he was doing in possession. You need to really pattern off this end product. You need to be an option. Like, you're never going to be like Dani Alves, but you need to have that in the sense that Dani is trying to assist someone or score. Dani's crossing is very good. Dani's shooting is very good. He is a winger. We know wingers, fullbacks are like that, but that's what he needs to be. Bellerin's getting in some lovely positions and it's dying out, and it really does annoy me. 5.3. I'll give El Nene a 5. He impressed me in the first half. Standards dropped in the second, but he was screening. He took his chance well, and we've only got, Coquelin's gone, so El Nene is the only one that's going to put a foot in, or Xhaka, if you look at who's going to foul someone. But El Nene gets a 5, man. Second half, his standards dropped like the rest of them. Didn't do enough to get really more than a 5. I'll give Xhaka a 6.2. I think he done better than to get a 6. First half, he's playing some lovely passes. He was stringing some lovely balls. One too many sideward passes as well, by that same logic, for my liking. Second half standards dropped. I like the way in the second half he helped Maitland-Niles and screened a lot of the defence, but the standards just dropped, so that's what Xhaka gets. Wilshere for me gets a 2nd. Probably not the most exciting of games from him, but he was still there. You saw him threading passes, you saw him at the heart of it, and it's lovely to see him fit and stuff. Maybe it's because I'm a bit biased towards Xhaka, admittedly. I'm going to give him a 7, but it was quality again. There's not much more to be said. I'll give a 7. I was going to say 6.5, but because I'm harsh on him in terms of scoring, and he actually scored, Iwobi gets a 7 too. First half, unplayable. You guys know I've got a lot of time for Iwobi, especially when he goes inside the midfield and picks the passes and things. The lovely little bits of link-up play. Obviously, he scored as well. We want to see that more often. I actually felt he could have had a 2nd as well, but so far, so good from the man as well. Lacazette, I give him an 8. I like his movement. Still not the perfect game. Still not being found, but he did. That was a lovely team move to score. He was at the thick of it, in my opinions, today. He didn't have the best of games. Nice to see him complete 90 minutes, but hopefully that gives him confidence to go and start scoring. A big reason as to why he gets an 8, because he finally ended that goal scoring drought. So he gets an 8. Ozil 10.5, man. I know it makes no sense over Monreal, but you saw again, like with Koscielny, what we miss when Ozil's not here. Getting it from deep. The assists were crazy. The stuff, he didn't technically get an assist apart from the Lacazette one, but you saw what Ozil was doing. Such a wonderful footballer. And I'm sure Jose is licking his lips at the prospect of possibly taking him as well to Manchester United. After all, who do you really think Alexis sought out advice on as to whether who Jose is as a football man and a manager? Ozil, who's played under him, right? Come on now. So yeah. Ozil 10.5. I don't feel I'm missing anyone else out. I give Maitland-Niles a 5. Didn't have the best of games, but didn't have the worst of games. Did enough to just be calm. Nelson, Kolar, Nelson and Kohler weren't on they were the two other subs other than Maitland-Niles. They weren't on the pitch long enough to realistically give them a proper rating. But I like the touches Nelson got. He did break down a lovely move we could have scored from, and he needs to improve in that aspect. But yeah, man, it's nice to see Kohler finally back as well. Hopefully he starts on Wednesday. But there's not much more to be said, guys. Player ratings, I'm done. DG, get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out.